If you've watched any K-pop videos, you probably thought the bright and shiny Korean pop star lifestyle portrayed a perfect world of bubblegum, rainbows, beauty, and whimsy. Unfortunately, the candy-colored sheen coats a sinister underbelly with ugly truths about K-pop. From a young age, these bright and peppy performers essentially enter an uncaring, exploitative entertainment harem in the K-pop industry. Any faction of the entertainment world is bound to have its secrets. Sometimes these are dark yet open secrets overlooked because of convenience or greed. However, what's going on in the K-pop industry isn't hidden. Children who grew up in the industry as manufactured pop products have exposed the mental and physical abuse they suffered through their careers. From what K-pop trainees endure at the start of their boot camps to the suicide attempts, racism, and sexual and physical assaults, the truth about K-pop stars and their industry is anything but glamorous. Music executives have extreme control over stars' personal lives. In the 1940s, Hollywood executives were notorious for having a substantial amount of control over their movie stars. Actors were under multi-year and multi-film contracts. They dealt with abuse, stringent rules, and relative ownership at the hands of the studios. Modern K-pop groups experience a similar system, where three major management companies dominate the industry: YG, SM, and JYP. Members of Korean idol groups have little freedom over their personal lives. As a manufactured entity meant for selling dreams, they must uphold their employer's image at all times. In many cases, this includes not dating or doing anything too seemingly independent in the realm of politics. Consider the case of Taiwanese K-pop idol Chu Ju-wi, who waved the Taiwanese flag during a televised performance, then had to apologize for it publicly. Many idols go through a 10-year pop star boot camp. When a K-pop performer agrees to a contract, it's not only for a record deal. They basically sign their life away to a permanent commitment. An agency trains future stars, many of whom are in adolescence, in a range of performance arts, such as acting, vocals, and dance, for 10 to 15 years before the stars appear in any public act. Although the agency has a supposed commitment to training their performers in a type of boot camp, industry leaders often take advantage of their trainees. The agencies make these contracts last for over a decade at times. So if an idol chooses to back out, they need to pay a hefty fee. These contracts open the door for the agencies to virtually turn the trainees into slaves. Korean laws allow agencies with touring artists to work their employees as much as they want, even if it means keeping them from sleeping, as in the case of 2AM idol Jo Kwon. Idols are expected to get plastic surgery. Plastic surgery is far more common in Korea than the United States. Whereas 1 in 20 women in the US may undergo plastic surgery at some point, the statistics for Korean women claim 1 in 5 chooses to go under the knife. With plastic surgery being more culturally accepted and often promoted, the standards of beauty have changed, and many teens also desire plastic surgery. Many agencies force idols to undergo surgery, sometimes multiple times, to achieve a perfect look and uphold their aspirational aesthetic. Most stars do not openly discuss their plastic surgery, in part to maintain their idol image, but their physical changes are usually apparent, especially around their eyes, lips, and noses. The average viewer might not notice the differences at first glance, but a plastic surgeon can spot them immediately. As one writer posited, "This seems to be a universal truth, and no other industry exploits this as much as the entertainment industry, banking off the sexual appeal of their products and distorting to a consuming public what beauty is." In Korea, this method of sexual appeal thrives. In fact, it's the only method in which the music geniuses behind the small handful of Korean music labels can think of to market their talent. Managers reportedly blackmail their idols to prevent them from breaking contracts. It's difficult for K-pop singers to break their contracts. In some cases, it's nearly impossible because of the substantial penalties and fines. If a music agency doesn't want to cut ties with an idol yet, they're reportedly not above blackmailing the person to compel them to stay. Managers were even known to film their idol's sexual activities and use the footage against them. K-pop idol Bak Ja-young's manager filmed her having sex and brought out the footage when she wanted to change contracts. She thought he was bluffing until he put the video on the internet. She tried to sue him, but he fled to the United States, where authorities apprehended him for statutory rape. She claimed her career was nearly ruined by the incident and took years off before returning to the music scene. Fortunately, In 2017, a movement emerged to end the slave contracts, giving stars more autonomy over their health and well-being. Music agencies allegedly pimp their trainees to sponsors. In the K-pop industry, music agencies reportedly make demeaning sponsor contracts between idol trainees and sponsors. These celebrity sponsors basically receive an idol to have their way with, mediated only via the contract devised by the idol's employer. Sponsor contracts allegedly operate under a rigorous ranking system. Depending on the idol involved, the contract's duration and pay rate may vary. It all happens systematically. A potential sponsor reaches out to the idol via a sponsor broker, and the broker sets up the pay rate per session and terms, which usually includes a period of between 6 months to 1 year. Asterisk idols resort to starvation to achieve the perfect body image. As manufactured idols of commercial art, K-pop stars must uphold a particular aesthetic at all times. Being an idol in K-pop requires a look catering to extreme distortions of beauty, specifically toothpick-thin bodies. While some pop stars adhere to strict diets, others admit they starve themselves. Sojung of girl group Ladies Code admits she dieted so much, her hormone levels lowered to those of a menopausal woman. Wonket from Global Icon allegedly consumed only 1 bottle of soy milk per day. The rapper reportedly lost nearly 20 pounds in a month. Notably, performer T.O.P. purportedly lost almost 50 pounds in a 5-week period after restricting his diet to water and the occasional red bean jelly. Fans go to extreme lengths to get close with stars. In Korean culture, sasaeng fans are the rabid devotees of the K-pop industry. They know no boundaries or rules when it comes to their idol obsession, often engaging in stalking or other irrational behaviors. Because of toxic idolization, a fan's devotion sometimes can lead to obscene acts and invasions of privacy. One K-pop manager revealed his personal experience with these fans, exposing the horrors of obsession. He says the taxi-following fans are actually the docile ones. Things can get much worse for people who take their standing to extremes. Not only have sasaeng fans broken into his building multiple times, they once spread urine and feces all over his doorstep, as if to mark their territory. A regular fan doesn't know what happens in an idol's private life, and although many may be curious, they'll never act upon their curiosity. In contrast, I think sasaengs are a special breed of fan that are motivated to act on their curiosity, and it's the desire to know more that moves them towards sasaeng behavior. Struggling with mental health is stigmatized. After SHINee member Jonghyun's suicide in 2017, a conversation sparked around mental health and the well-being of K-pop stars and other Korean entertainers. Idols often work grueling hours on little food and sleep, plus endure duress from the public. Jonghyun's suicide note read, in part, "I was broken from the inside. The depression slowly chipped me away, finally devouring me. Troubling thoughts flooded my head. I never got the chance to learn how to change dull pain into pure joy." Jimin, a member of female group Oh My Girl, said in October she was leaving the group after a long struggle with anorexia. Following T.O.P.'s suspected drug overdose, his doctor said the singer should receive mental health treatment. Many stars begin their careers at a young age, which only enhances the stress. Thankfully, the mental health conversation is starting to grow as more idols practice self-care, according to a report in Quartz. More K-pop stars, too, are speaking out about their struggles with depression and other health issues. Some are taking breaks from, or altogether quitting, the entertainment industry. This was it for today's video. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe our channel for more videos.